Hello Drive Radio fans, Richard Rush here today with my dad John Rush behind the camera, and we are going to take a look at the long version of the all-new 2015 Audi Q3. This is Audi's brand new, literally never introduced this before anywhere. This is their new entry-level crossover, what they like to call. This is competing with a BMW X1, the Lexus NX, some of those types. If you want more comparisons, head online. We usually don't get into that in this, and we will get into that a little bit more in the opinion portion. But let's take a walk around. We'll head for a drive, but I want you guys to get a look at this car. Again, this is all new for 2015. Some things that they've added here on this model, and this is, I should say, this does have the Prestige package on it, and they have a Premium Plus in a Prestige package. The headlights are the xenon headlights, LED running lights, auto lights and wipers, roof rails, keyless ignition and entry, tilting and a telescoping steering wheel, dual zone climate, auto dimming mirrors, 60/40 second row seating, Bluetooth. The Prestige model adds a 14 speaker audio system into it, a Wi-Fi hotspot, which we'll get into on the interior, and also on this model, this does have a driver assistance package, which gives you front and rear parking sensors, rear view camera, blind spot monitoring, and Dad, if I will, one point here, this model does have the optional, which is an $800 package, 19-inch wheels on it. So something else to consider. But as you can see from this car, and something that we've talked about from the looks of it, and I'm actually going to kind of stand over here. This car from the side, and actually, Dad, let's go around to this side real quick. From the sides, we were commenting, you're not sure if this car is a car or if it's an SUV, which is the point of a crossover. For some people, that's going to be a big thing. And something I will notice too is the height of this vehicle. From the Q5, and I'm going to pull up my cheat sheet here. From the Q5, this is 10 inches shorter, or 10 inches shorter in terms of length, and 3 inches shorter in terms of height from its big brother, the Q5. However, with that little bit less, you're actually paying thousands of dollars less. We actually were just at the Denver Auto Show here recently, and for a fully equipped Q3 and a fully equipped Q5, you're actually about between $6,000 to $10,000 in difference, which is a lot of money. This car, as it sits, is just over $40,000, and by just, I mean literally by $100 or $200 more. So, with that being said, let's take a quick drive, show you some of the interior features. We'll come back, go through the interior, and then I will give you my opinion of the 2015 Audi Q3. Alright everyone, we're here on the driving portion of the 2015 Audi Q3, all new for 2015. We're going to go through some of the interior features that it's easier to do with the car being on. You will notice one of our favorite features of Audi that they've actually incorporated Google Earth into the navigation system. So actually, if you're driving through the city, we were actually driving through Denver the other day, and you're actually able to see the different buildings, or kind of the 3D models of the building. So a great feature. Some people aren't really going to care, and honestly, if you're buying a car for that, you probably shouldn't. However, it's a great feature to have, and something that, to our knowledge, Audi is the only car company to do that. These controls here, I will point this out real quick, are a little bit backwards. So you go to the main menu here, and if I go right, I'm actually going left. If I'm going left, I'm actually going right. So something to pay attention to. Not a huge thing, and after a little bit you get used to it. It's just kind of a natural reaction. It's kind of a circle right here, so you're just going in that circle. Something to pay attention to. They also have done here, which I don't know if you can get, Dad, they do have the monitor right here for the traffic, the blind spot monitoring right here. If you want to turn that off, it's just a simple button push. If you want to turn it on, there's actually these amber colored lights that do light up here. So we'll go here forward, and I'll put it in a rear view, and actually have someone behind us here, so it's easy to see. It actually goes with where the car is going to go, or you can actually see, gives you your lines, and you can actually change the grid here just by hitting that button. You can show where the grid is at and where there might be some cars there. But let's take a quick drive, show you how this car operates. Miles per gallon wise, you're going to be mid to high 20s, and actually we'll show this as we we'll stop right up here. And one feature I want to point out real quick is the sunroof right here. So something to notice, you can pull back, and the sunroof is actually coming back, but you'll notice, whereas on a lot of cars, the sunshade will go back with it, the sunshade is separate. So you can actually move the sunshade back, open up that lighting, and I can stop it, or I can have it go continually all the way back. And then again, I can move up the sunroof and leave the sunroof closed, but again, leave that sunshade, that panoramic sunshade. And I will say this, it is standard on the Q3. So something that Audi has done, and for lighting purposes, we'll close that up. Something Audi has done is made that feature standard on all Q3s, a big thing in my opinion. So as we take a drive here, this is equipped with Audi's sport mode here, or not sport modes, the sport package that they offer on this car gives you the paddle shifts or some of those things, but you do have the sport mode still on this car. You're able to pull that down, changes your RPM just a little bit. In terms of that, you are driving a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine with about 200 horsepower in it. It works very, very well. In terms of drivability, I think it's very quiet on the interior. I think that it drives smooth, rides smooth. Some people are going to comment on the handling. It's not quite what it is. Really, again, for $40,000, I think it's a very fun car to drive. You take it on the back roads, especially with the tires that are equipped on this car. It really does handle well in terms of driving, in terms of the feel of the road, and it's not overly loud. You can carry on a conversation without having to yell. Very nice creature comforts that Audi has added. But overall, really impressed with this car, especially for it being all new. Again, you're going to have to decide if the size is right for you. But with that, let's head back and I'll walk you through the interior, and then I will give you my opinion of the 2015 Audi Q3. All right, fans, we're back from the driving portion, and as always, we encourage you to get out, test drive these cars for yourselves. It really is a big part of the car buying experience. We're here on the tailgate portion. An option on the Prestige package or on this new Audi Q3 is the automatic tailgate. Press the button, it does open up. Something I will point out too here is this privacy screen is actually one that's kind of attached in here. You can remove this, and it has another little privacy screen right here that covers this back portion. You can remove it, but something else that if you want this privacy in it, it doesn't fold up or anything like that. It just is here. In terms of storage, it's actually pretty deceiving because you look at the back end of this car, you don't think there's a decent amount, and there's a good amount back in here. Put a couple, you could put a couple carry-ons back here. Golf bags you're going to be pretty hard pressed to do, but if kids have some sports bags, whatever they want to put in here, you would have the capability of doing that. And you do have your, again, your under tire or your spare tire right there, jack, all your storage right in that compartment. So again, nice storage right here. Does have the automatic close, and it does have the ability to lock the car from back here. So if you just didn't have your keys out, didn't want to pull it out, that's part of the keyless entry system. So you just press that down and it's going to go down. Has a very nice quiet closing, and we are set there. So we're going to go over here into the back seat. I'm going to slide in, and this seat is pretty much all the way back. And actually, I towed it around or carried around with me this weekend. A couple of guys who are about 6'1", between 6'1" and 6'4", actually. You had to scoot the seat forward a little bit, but overall, in terms of headroom, it wasn't too bad. You will notice right here that with the lights and with the sunroof being right here, it does come down a little bit, but then it opens back up here. So I'm able to sit here comfortably. I don't have a ton of space here, but again, this seat is pretty far back. And so you do have vents here, as well as a 12-volt outlet back here. You will notice the center hump right here, so for someone riding in the middle, might make it a little bit of an inconvenience, nothing major. Something we are trying to point out real quick before we do exit, this is plastic right here, but in terms of the accents here, I'm really am a fan of this nice custom look that they have done there, and also just overall, Audi has just done a great job in terms of the interior, really happy with it. Sliding out, we try and do this for the ladies. You'll kind of notice this hump right here. You are able to get out. However, I'm getting out right now, and I'm hitting right here as I get out. So getting out, you should be able to get out rather comfortably and rather easy. But something to consider: you don't have a very large opening here in the back. Again, that's what Audi has done on this Q3. But let me open the passenger door here, and I'll meet you on the other side, and we'll continue on the interior. All right, everyone, we're here on the front seat portion of the 2015 Audi Q3. Going to go through some of the apportionments we weren't able to get through in the driving portion. Again, Audi's kind of taken this nice accent through. Did mention this in the driving portion. This is an all-wheel drive model, Audi's Quattro series. You will notice on this that this is different than the Q5 in that your dial for Audi's multimedia system, and then also the air conditioning and heating, that system is actually moved. Everything's kind of moved up. So now normally where you would have the Audi knob and such right here, it's now moved up here. Again, that's what you're 10 inches shorter in terms of length. They've got to put that somewhere, and they've put it here. Something we will note, no tuning knob right here, which not a huge negative, but something to definitely consider. There you do have dual climate control, which is very nice for this car. However, it is kind of awkward down here, especially if I'm going to go over to here. You will have the knob back, so it's easy, but you're still having to pick one side or the other of the knob. You do have the keyless ignition, which is a nice feature. Heated front seats. Again, Audi has done a great job in terms of this interior of this car. They've made it feel very luxury, and you're not paying a terribly premium price. You're paying about $40,000 for this car. You're getting a lot of features. They've done a nice job on the steering wheel in terms of the controls. Very easy, very user-friendly in terms of that you have all your different windows you're able to use. But overall, very impressed with this car. Audi has done a great job on it. But actually with that, let's head to the opinion portion. I'll give you my opinion of the 2015 Audi Q3. All right, everyone, here's my opinion of the 2015 Audi Q3. Some pros for me are the price. You can get this base model for about the mid-30s after adding some different packages, whether it's the Prestige or the Premium Plus. You can get this car up as it sits right here, about $40,000. But again, for the price, you're getting a luxury crossover at that entry-level pricing. Really am a fan of that. Also, the size. And actually, it's funny, it's a pro and a con. It's great for parking in the city. It's great for driving around in the city. You don't feel cumbersome. At the same time, you don't have a lot of storage space in the back, and you don't have a lot of space in terms of your second row seating for some taller individuals on those longer road trips. And also for getting, and my fiance commented on this, for getting car seats in and out of the back. She's not a huge fan of doing that in the future, especially on a car of this size. But again, if you're maybe have one or two kids and they're not going to be in car seats too long, or maybe they're not in car seats right now, and you want that small crossover feel with good miles per gallon. Actually, we were able to average in the mid to high 20s between city and highway driving. Really is a great value. So that's who I would say who this car is for. If you're looking to get that luxury crossover vehicle, this might be the car for you. Audi has done a great job at it. However, you are going to lose some of the other features that some other competitors have, such as the Lexus NX in terms of a little bit more room in your cabin, in terms of more features for the money. But you may be preferable to Audi, and if that's the case, then this might be the car for you. If you do decide to take a look at this car, head to your local Audi dealer and tell them that John and Richard Rush from Drive Radio sent you. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to our latest video. We really appreciate you listening and watching, and we really do appreciate all the comments that you do have. If you'd like to learn more information, not only about this review, but our other car reviews that we've done, head to our website, www.drive-radio.com. Also head to our Facebook page, facebook.com/driveradio. And last but not least, where you can watch all of these other reviews, head to youtube.com/driveradio, all one word, or in the YouTube search bar, Drive Radio. We have a lot of other content on there, and we look forward to you heading there. Again, checking us out, leaving your comments, and if you're interested in any of these cars, head to your local dealer and tell them that John and Richard Rush from Drive Radio sent you. Thanks, and have a great day, night, and just enjoy yourselves. Thank you so much.